send another song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 593. It's Thursday, November 7th, 2013, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Internet talk radio for your imagination. Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today, Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley, plus the segment The FM Project with Looney Tune, Aaron Fonseca, and another one of our crazy chats.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And I am such a busy guy, you may not know that I wear a bunch of different hats.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
One of my hats is Walking Basil the Boxer, which I do, and I love doing that every day. But there's something that happens to me that I have to say I'd rather give away, and that is when I get a bunch of phone calls on my cell phone. I'd rather not have any phone calls and just be all alone and be a hermit and live all by myself.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's not exactly true. Who wants to live all alone all their life? At some point, you scream out, "Help!
Mike's
Can I have
Daily
a little human contact?"
Podcast.
I like my friends.
Yeah!
They're awesome. But sometimes my phone is just ringing. And in the morning when my phone rings, I am not in the mood. I am not in the mood. I'm not awake. I'm talking to you 4 o'clock today. I'm awake. I'm going. I'm more of a night owl guy. I've always been. But I just, in the morning, forget it. And some people I know, some of my friends are early risers. And that makes no sense to me at all. I know, you got to make the most of the day. But you could also make the most of the night. Where was that accent last week? I could have been using that a week ago for Halloween. Oh, well. So, Aaron Fonseca, who we're going to have on the Fonseca Matthews Project, the FM Project, later on in the show, when we record our little projects, our little chat fests, he tends to cuss. And before I know it, I'm having to edit all of his cussing out, all of his curse words out, and that takes forever. I spent a good hour last week editing down something that we did, and we talked for like an hour, and I chopped a bunch of stuff out, and I'm like, this is taking me an hour to edit this down. So I've pretty much had it, and Fonseca, the next thing that we do, if you cuss on it, it's not going on the Mike's Daily Podcast. You're just going to have to take it and upload it on your own website. Because I put the clean label on this podcast, and that's how it is. Because I'm such a clean guy. So clean. I look like Mr. Clean. I do. Did you see the picture, the podcast picture from yesterday? I'm all bald, clean shaven. I am Mr. Clean. Yeah, so I just wanted to get that off my chest. Oh, yeah, we recorded a podcast, him and I, the night or something before Halloween. He never posted it, so all that work just down the drain. And look who just walked in. Hello, Michael Masters. This is Madame Rootabega. That was interesting. Michael, I want to tell you that you should be nice to Fonseca because at least he comes on your stupid show. You come on my stupid show? Yes, but that's because you pay me. No, I don't. What? Yeah, you always think I pay you, but I don't. But I get the paycheck from you? No, you don't. You what? Yeah. Look into that, because there's no paycheck going to you. You're instantly depositing it into my banking account. Nope, not that either. I love it when the phone doesn't ring either. Yeah. Can I have a quarter? I don't have any change. That's loose. Look who else just walked in.
Hello, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, we want to tell you that we don't like it when people cuss. And in fact, we would like to cuss all the time, but we don't because we have restraint with the language that we use today.
Yeah, we use a very high form of language. Very high vocabulary. Do you know that? I know, and I respect you guys for that. I don't respect you for your Tea Party leanings.
The government has to be shrunk down, day.
Yeah, it needs to be shrunk down and shut down. Do you know that? Well, do you guys know that President Obama's budget chief, Sylvia Matthews Burwell, she's a Matthews. I wonder if we're related. Oh, wait, she's got one T. I've got the two. But Sylvia Matthews Burwell said today that last month's 16-day partial shutdown of the federal government cost taxpayers more than $2.5 billion for work that furloughed federal employees never got a chance to do. At the peak of the furlough, about 850,000 workers, 40% of the civilian federal workforce, they weren't at work. Although that number dropped once Congress passed the Pay Our Military Act and 400,000 workers returned to their job. A report from the Office of Management and Budget found that federal employees were furloughed for a combined total of 6.6 million work days, according to NBCpolitics.NBCnews.com.
Yeah, well, all those people there should have been permanently fired because we don't need them.
Yeah, furloughed forever. Do you know that? Well, during this conference that was actually held as a conference call with reporters, the one reporter wondered whether the Obama administration was releasing the report because the effects of the shutdown were underappreciated since Americans had seen the economy keep running during the 16-day work hiatus. And according to Sylvia Matthews Burwell, the President Obama budget chief, said that one thing that did come out of the shutdown is a greater appreciation for services that the federal government provides. Of course, since the shutdown ended 3 weeks ago, it has been eclipsed by news coverage of the botched debut of the Affordable Care Act website. As has been mentioned before, the website costing a couple $1 million, the shutdown costing us a couple billion. Billions versus millions. It's something that Dr. Evil had to learn the difference between. Tea partiers have to learn as well.
I know what the difference is between $1 billion and $1 million. The letter B, day.
Yeah, who cares when numbers get that high? It doesn't matter anyway. Do you know that? Actually, there is a Republican from Ohio named Rob Portman. He's a senator, and he is pushing his End Government Shutdowns Act, which would automatically continue spending at the prior year's level in the event that any appropriations bill for a fiscal year isn't enacted before the beginning of that fiscal year, or if Congress hasn't passed a larger catch-all spending bill. Michael Matthews, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, well, we just go back to the name. The name pretty much says it all, End Government Shutdowns Act. So what do you think about the government shutdown? And do you think it was not that big a deal at all? And that websites are a much bigger deal? And what do you think? You can email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails for me mail. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you would like to sponsor the show. mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. Hey, check out the website, mikesdailypodcast.com. That is where you can go to find the Amazon deal of the day. Click on that window and buy something, and you will help support this show. Also support the show by liking us on Facebook, facebook.com/Mike's Daily Podcast. And when we post a new show, share that with your friends so that other people find out about us. I'm also by myself, Mike Matthews, on facebook.com /Mike Talks. And that's also my handle for Twitter, Mike Talks. Hey, we're also on Spreaker and SoundCloud and YouTube and Yelp. And we're on iTunes. And there's a link to where to find us on iTunes at mikesdailypodcast.com. Click on that. And when we post a new show, you'll get it instantly. And you can rate the show and comment on the show there. And if you do that, more people find out about us in iTunes, where a lot of people go to check out podcasts. All there at mikesdailypodcast.com, as well as the blog and the daily podcast picture.
The Fonseca Matthews Project. FM Project.
See, he's not going to your New York or your Los Angeles. He can't get hired in L.A. He has no talent for L.A. He can't get hired again in San Francisco. They won't hire him. Wow. But he was in Reno and then went to Vegas. If you look at this, he's going to these small mom-pop places where he knows somebody and he can talk his way into something. Do you know what I mean?
Nah.
And he always has contacts. He keeps friends with everybody, which is really good. Me, I just think your talent should take you there.
Yeah, it's not what you know, it's who you know. But you think it should be what you know.
Yes.
It's
I would hire you.
Well,
I would hire you in a second.
let's pretend. Let's do an interview.
All right.
I really want this job.
Well, I always need somebody to clean my toilets, so you are hired.
Well, can I buy like all the supplies so that I can get? So okay, I'm not gonna. We're not gonna get into politics.
Is this about the waterfront Proposition B and C?
What? No.
You don't know about that?
No.
Proposition B and C. We're going to get into politics. The waterfront down in San Francisco. They want to put these skyscrapers and buildings up there, build more buildings. I don't know if you noticed.
That's not good. That's good because that's like not solid ground right there.
What there is they said they're going to put a park there, but what's going to happen is you won't see the park is going to put high buildings, more houses.
Oh,
so people say no, I don't want that. So Gavin Newsom and what's his name, Mayor Lee.
Yeah. Mayor Lee.
Yeah, he's there for it, but Mayor Lee's like a puppet.
Why does that make me want to eat a cake, Mayor Lee? Sarah Lee.
That's Sarah Lee.
I want to eat a cheesecake now.
Two different people. So I don't want the waterfront there.
Right, because it's going to obstruct the view. The whole problem they had with hi, you're listening to KGO. And
welcome, conservative talk.
Well, you remember that big thing they had that went along the Embarcadero?
The bridge collapsed? Wow.
And they tore it out, and now there's a great view. I don't condone the fact that it was destroyed by an earthquake.
No, we don't need any more buildings down there.
Yeah, it's nice the way they have it. What I was going to talk about was so we're in big trouble because we were tapping Angela Merkel's cell phone. She's the head of Germany.
I was reading about this when I was in New York.
And so they've caught us spying because of Edward Snowden's papers being released. They
put it on Wikipedia, right?
WikiLeaks.
WikiLeaks, I'm sorry.
Which is probably on Wikipedia. If you look up Edward Snowden, it probably tells you everything about what Edward's been. He's been a busy guy. And he's in Russia now. He's like what do you call it?
A fugitive?
Yeah. So
the Russians are like, we'll protect you if you eat more of my wiener schnitzel. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Borscht. It's borscht.
You cannot touch him, man. He is in Russia. He's okay to stay here. I thank you very much.
So, I'm sorry I got wax built up in my ear.
It's okay.
And then, who else is mad at us? Mexico's mad at us because they caught it spying, and a couple other people. All right, so the thing is, I was listening to the BBC.
Yes.
I've been listening to the BBC's podcast, and they've been like really like angry in their news reports at Obama, and they were talking about how the Winston Churchill has a statue that was dedicated in the Capitol, and they're like, we don't know why it was put in the Capitol and not in the White House where it should have been. Hello, I'm John Oliver from The Daily Show. Hello.
So what did they say?
They were like, and Obama has to explain why he's been spying on everyone, and Obama says he doesn't know.
Hasn't Obama been denying everything though? Like, he paused in between. He goes, "I had no idea."
I have never seen your Obama impression.
Did you notice he always pauses?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I know. Idea
that I was.
He doesn't talk like that.
Spying.
That's how he.
But I do remember.
You sound like Kennedy, but you look like Obama.
I'm trying. I don't know Obama. I can't do him.
You're doing like his facial.
It does it. He pauses. He's all. The website is down again, but I will not spy. That's what he does. I was listening to him. I'm like, all you need to do is take his recordings and edit it up and take out all the pauses. It would sound like, I did not spy anybody and I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, see now, but what Bush's problem was, he would say things too fast, and then he would get himself into trouble. Like
it's strategery.
Yeah, then he would throw a word out like that, and everybody would be like, ha, 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 because he would talk really fast and try to think, oh, wait, I should have stopped, slowed down, and thought about what I was going to say. That kind of thing. Anyway, that just got me all... I'm just like, well, everybody's spying on everybody else.
Positive. You know what? Japan's spying on us. And know Australia's spying on us. And the African city of... They're all spying on us.
Oop.
This whole Obama thing. Just
Obamas and presidents and what's that all about?
Presidents.
And no election this year though. That was kind of nice. November, the early part of November, we usually vote, and this year nothing.
So we reside in the Bay Area, which is part of California, correct?
Yeah.
And we live close to San Francisco. Do you know what's happening in 2 weeks to San Francisco?
It's falling into the ocean. That's what everybody in the South says. They're like, you're going to get an earthquake, and the whole place is going to fall right into the water.
It's turning into Gotham City.
Really?
For 1 day.
Why?
I don't have his information. I was looking online, but did I sound like a news reporter right there or something? Did I?
I love how you did that. You're like.
I don't have.
It's going to turn into Gotham for 1 day. I have no clue what I'm talking about.
No.
Pause.
I really looked at it. I was not spying. I looked on. It was on TV this morning. This kid, I don't know how old he is dying of leukemia.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. They contacted the Make-A-Wish Foundation. They came over to his house. He lives in somewhere in San Francisco. And they said, what do you want? And the parents were blown away about this. He goes, I want to be a superhero. I want to be Bat Kid. And I want to save somebody. So it starts
that's
out.
awesome.
So it starts out in the morning. Batman picks him up from the house. No. What happens? Oh, Batman takes him out to lunch at Union Square.
Now, is it going to be Batman played by Christian Bale or Michael Keaton or something?
I don't know, but he's going to be talking like that.
It'll look like Batman.
He's all, can I be Bruce Wayne for 5 seconds? Because my throat is hoarse. He's going to Union Square to have lunch at Cheesecake Factory. And at that time, they're going to shoot up the bat symbol. And the mayor, Ed Lee's involved. He's going to contact him. They have to drive him over in the Batmobile. They're asking people in the Bay Area to come by and cheer him on. Like, Batman. They're going to get, this is all staged out. It's going to get over there, get in the Batmobile. The mayor's going to ask for help because all of a sudden you're going to see the Bay Area's biggest mascot get kidnapped.
Biggest mascot.
Lucille from the San Francisco Giants. By the Riddler.
By the Riddler.
He's going to take him away. Then on his way, he's got to stop at Union Square. Somewhere in Hyde Street on the cable car is a woman tied up to the tracks. He's going to save that kid. Batman's going to thank him. He's Batman's sidekick. He's called Bat Kid. And he's full costume. And then the Batman's going to take him around. They're going to save a few people. He's going to stop the Riddler and rescue Lucille. Then he's going to get to the city hall. And Mayor Ed Lee is going to present him the key to the city for being the superhero. And Batman's going to be there. And they're going to drive off, drop him off at his home. This is all happening in San Francisco. They're shutting down
Amazing.
streets. The Make-A-Wish program said this is like one of the biggest things they asked for. But like everybody's asking me, like my family's asking me, like, why are they doing this? I'm like, because he's probably going to die any day.
Yeah,
they're trying to get it done as fast as possible.
And then everybody can participate, and it's a great way to help this kid's last wish out. This is awesome.
I mean, it's a dream come true, man. Do you know what I mean? Wow,
that's great.
But what if he wanted to be Superman? I mean, what would they do? They have to tie strings around him and make him fly? Batman's more probable, because he can take the grappling hook, go, he can go up and stuff.
Why don't you want to be Doctor Who? My favorite.
Well, first off, if they don't want Churchill in the Capitol, we want them to take Doctor Who's ass back over the pond. Okay?
Okay, I'm going to be so mad if this computer doesn't record any of this. I'll be like so irate. It looks like it's recording now. Let's see.
I don't care. Obama's okay by me. He gave me free health insurance. But I tried to apply, the damn computer crashed. What's up with that? Well, the computer is not our fault. What's sad is, and this
you
was in
sounded like him right there for a second.
Well,
what's
the computer?
Go on.
The website that crashed for Obama.
Right, the healthgov.org.
They're asking people from Google are helping them out now.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever thought about this? This is so funny. Of course, Fox News is run by who?
Rupert Murdoch.
And what is Rupert Murdoch?
An Australian.
But what party is he with?
He's actually not. He's kind of more
conservative.
He's not really
independent. But where does the Fox fall?
Oh yeah,
Republican.
Right.
CNN. Where does that fall?
It's supposed to.
Plus, he's in the middle.
It's supposed to be in the middle, and then MSNBC is more liberal.
But I say CNN's a little more democratic. You know what I mean? It kind of seems like that to me. I'm not judging.
Yeah.
I just what I notice. Okay, I'm watching the news, and then I'm watching Fox, and all of a sudden it's all, well, welcome to the show this morning. Today we're going to talk to these two great analysts about Obamacare today. They didn't let him say a word.
Oh.
They were ripping on him. Now, and then with the CNN, it's all like, they're always in the middle. Like, well, we're going to check this out, blah, blah. And Obama's messing up. Could it be a possibility that all these people who are against Obamacare are actually helping sabotage the website? Isn't it a possibility?
The governors in the states that didn't, because
There's a lot of people against it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people want to see it downfall. I mean, is it a possibility?
Yeah. Well, my whole thing is, how many websites have like a soft launch, which this was a soft launch. It got massive publicity because the Republicans want Obamacare to fail.
Yeah. They want everything about Obama to fail.
Yeah, exactly. They have that's their whole thing is to fight him. There's there's like hardly anything getting passed here in California, where we have a Democrat legislature. 89% of the bills that Jerry Brown passes, like everything gets passed here. But in our, United States of America, I mean, we are a very divided country, but the Tea Partiers, their whole thing is take Obama down. Let's not get political, though.
Yeah, what is up with us all of a sudden? We never talk like it's just because there's no alcohol in us.
That's it. We're talking. I really think that they should allow someone to speak his mind when he's on Fox News.
I know we're gonna get off this. I like Obama. I think he's an okay guy. Some of the stuff he's doing, I'm trying to make this as easy as possible to understand.
Right.
Some of the things he's doing, not so cool with.
Yeah.
But we go back again. Last president, I didn't like so much. Some of the stuff he did do, I liked. Some I didn't. We go back. Clinton, I liked him. There were some things he did that I didn't like.
Right.
Sleeping with the other woman, that was okay by me. That was okay by me.
And then my mom, who's extremely conservative, and her new boyfriend, who's extremely conservative.
Yeah.
I'm in the car, and I just met him, right? His name's Mike.
He took off his pants.
He's like 80. Nice guy.
Does he have that old man smell?
No, yeah, he didn't have he put something on that masked it. He and my mom go, oh, and then Bill Clinton slept with that Monica Lewinsky. God, she was ugly.
She was.
She wasn't that bad.
Oh my God, she was a pudge, dude. I wanted to put her. I would have cooked her for Thanksgiving. She's so fat. Her cheeks were so puffy. Listen, if you're gonna go out with a bang, go out with a smile. I mean, like, go full gusto. If I'm, you know what? She must have. I don't know. I did not have sexual relations with that woman whatsoever, and she is fat.
Well, I disagree.
As we go outside of the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The picture is of Mount Tamalpais. Mount Tam, where mountain biking was first created. And it's also a lovely view of San Pablo Bay. And this was from Point Pinole, where you can take your dog and let him walk off leash. And it's a beautiful area. It's right on this point where you get a beautiful panoramic view of San Pablo Bay. So much like it there. And I share this picture with you. You can find it at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Michael Matthew, who were you talking about at the beginning of the time when you were talking with Aaron Fonseca?
We were discussing a guy that he and I both worked for, and we both completely hate.
Michael Matthew, it's not good to be full of hate.
We're not full of hate. We just rather dislike this guy.
You don't like him?
No.
Is he a tea partier?
No, I probably. Who knows? We don't keep in touch with him anymore.
Mike, do you dislike Bison Bentley and I because we're Tea Partiers Day?
Yeah, we're gonna stop watching all the cars in the parking lot if you say yes. Do you know that?
Well, then I'll say no. And I respect your opinions. Wait, no, I don't. I don't respect your opinions. I respect you guys, is what I meant to say.
Thanks, Mike. That feels real good, Day.
Yeah, we're full of warm fuzzies. Do you know that?
Wonderful. Maybe you should take some penicillin for that. Tomorrow, we will bring you the segment, Do You Know Dat? That's your thing, Bison Bentley, because you say that.
I never say that.
Yes, you... Plus, we'll hear from Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the engineer.
You're instantly depositing it into my... You're instantly... Let me do that again.
Go ahead.
You're instantly depositing it into my bank account. Oh!
What were we talking about again?
My fee for appearing on your show.
Oh, you do that for free.
Oh, that's right.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!